Peace, peace, and infinite love to all high vibrational beings, all the low vibrational beings, beings of light and dark. Today's video is going to be in addition to the last video, Twin Flames 101. Except this video is going to be about how to achieve inner union as a divine feminine. This is needed before you come into union with your divine masculine, or if you're the divine masculine with your divine feminine. So, first of all, as I'm going on this walk, I'm realizing, because as I'm reflecting, it's making me realize I should record this. There are some people out there who might be questioning, how do I come into union with myself first? How do I do this? How do I heal this without this happening, or this, and it makes it hard, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm about to explain it. I'm about to break it down. So, as divine feminine, we're going to start with divine feminine first, because that's me. As divine feminine, a big part of healing is self-love, doing inner work, inner healing, shadow work, healing wounds and trauma. Could be from your childhood or towards your feminine in general. You should want to ask yourself, what has me, wow, I just seen the word, wow, that's crazy. Gratitude to the archangels. But as a divine feminine, you want to ask yourself, like, what could be preventing me from fully activating my feminine energy, right? And as a masculine, it's the same thing. Like, you want to ask yourself, like, what could be preventing me from being my best self, activating my true divine masculine energy, right? That's what you want to first ask yourself, because that's what I started with. But as feminine, I'm going to tell you right now, because I have already healed my feminine. When you feel like things aren't going right in your life, as somebody on a twin flame journey, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, and when you feel like stuff isn't going right in your life, you feel like something's out of place, you feel like you just can't strike a balance, you're not happy, it's always up and down, it's because your masculine and feminine energy is not balanced. When one is too balanced and the other isn't, that's when it strikes an imbalance, because this is about yin and yang. It's about the flow of both energies, the healing of both energies. So when one is more healed than the other, there's going to be an imbalance. This is something I noticed. As divine feminine, some things that I've done that you can do as well to heal your divine feminine energy. This is whether you're a masculine or a feminine watching this. I'm going to list some. So, number one, self-love is a big part of it. Like I said, self-love. Sometimes as a divine feminine, we have a lot of pain that we sweep under the rug because it hurts too much to feel it. But you have to allow yourself to feel it in order to heal it, because how can you heal something that you deemed doesn't exist or isn't there? That's the first step, whatever that looks like for you. But you must heal it, you must address it, you must confront it. Even if this means, like, sitting with yourself, crying, right? Even if this means, like, telling yourself positive affirmations when you look into the mirror every day, when you rise. But you have to first ask yourself, what is it that has me feeling restricted from achieving that higher state of divine feminine energy. And once you ask yourself that, then you go based off of that, because that's significant to every single person.
Wait, hold on.
So you got to do that first, and you got to stay focused. Once you do that, you go from there, you reflect from there. So for me, a big part of healing my feminine was healing all that past hurt. You know, I had to literally relive all of the pain and trauma. I'm talking about sitting crying, like I can't breathe, my chest hurting. This will also, 9 times out of 10, this will trigger a Kundalini awakening. So that's very powerful. You gotta be prepared for that. Because a big part of that happening is, you know, releasing suppressed emotions, healing past trauma. You know, this can also be done, achieved with doing, you know, like meditation, yoga, movement of the body and stuff like that on a regular. But I'm telling you right now, you do that as far as the releasing them emotions, it's definitely going, yeah, it's going to be like a rebirth, literally. So that's first of all. Second of all, realizing that something for me was when I cut my hair, right? I needed to do this. It was a part of my healing. This might not be for everybody, but it was for me. But when I did this, well, before I did this, I had an attachment to my hair. Meaning, a big part of my hair is what made me feel feminine. And then so when I cut it, it was like, I don't feel feminine. I don't feel pretty, right? It's all an illusion though, because hair is just hair. It's just another material thing, like money, cars, right? A big part of the healing for me as my divine feminine was realizing that nothing outside of me determines my self-worth, right? This could be anything for any feminine, but this is what it was for me. And also part of it was also not being able to present myself feminine, meaning clothes wise, you know, just things like that, as feminine as I'd like to. But when you realize that it's not about how you present yourself on the outside, it's about how you feel on the inside that truly makes you feminine. It's an energy, it's not a look. This was another thing I had to heal, because like I said, anything outside of you doesn't determine that. It's all about inside. Another thing for the divine feminine is this is a big one, but like realizing your worth as a feminine, right? There could have been something in the past that like triggered you to feel like you wasn't worthy of this, that, and the third. Feel like you didn't deserve something or someone or whatever it was, right? That's another big part of it. You got to realize that you are worthy. You are worthy of everything. You are worthy of everything this life has to offer you. Everything amazing you are worthy of. Everything abundant. Everything loving and caring. And, you know, you got to tell yourself things like this, but you got to believe it. You got to embody it. This is a big thing for me. At some point in my journey, I felt like I wasn't worthy of my divine masculine, also towards my divine masculine, because there was something my divine masculine said before we actually separated about wanting to basically like, I want a man because I want a family, right? My twin she's a goddess just like me. So that triggered me at one point, because it's nothing I could do about that, right? A man and a woman their genetic structure isn't the same. They don't have the same parts. So you could just imagine how that made me feel. Like, there's absolutely nothing I could do about that. But what that actually did was it triggered me to heal that part. That made me even feel triggered in the first place. Like, oh, I'm not worthy of them because I can't give them what they want. Which is wrong, because even as a female, you can. It won't be the same way as man and woman, but you can do that. Even as I'm expressing this is probably something my masculine is having to heal within herself, as far as, dang, imagine how that made her feel. I feel bad. I shouldn't have said that. You feel like shameful or regretful, all types of different things. But as a feminine, that really did wound me, because it made me realize, like, dang, I can't provide that exactly what you want for you in the way that you want it, until I realized that I can provide it, just in a different way. And even if I'm not able to provide it in the way that you want, doesn't make me unworthy of you or anything or anyone, right? I'm trying to see and think if there's anything else as far as the divine feminine that I need to heal, or that I need to speak on as far as healing. Oh, another crucial thing as divine feminine is having compassion with yourself, being gentle, because I personally believe normally this is what the masculine would do. The masculine is very, gentle towards the feminine, treats the feminine like a baby. And as a feminine, what this can show up as is like, let's say you're going through a hard time, whether this be like emotionally, or this could be like physically. Maybe you're dealing with some depression or anxiety or something, right? Maybe you're going through a breakup, and you not only become comfortable in that state of being low like that, I think it's called like complacent. Like you just kind of accepting where you're at instead of trying to reach a higher level. Dang, my sock keep doing this. But also not being gentle with yourself in the process. Like, something I tend to do, or I used to do when I would feel this way, I would like kind of put myself down more. It's like the opposite of being gentle with yourself, right? And and in that moment, what I should have been doing was telling myself positive things. That's a big part of divine feminine, It's like repowering yourself, if that makes sense. Because divine feminine is a lot about like power, inner power, right? Manifestation, creativity, things like that. You have to embody this, even in hard times. In hard times, you still have to embody this. You have to awaken that within you. You have to locate it. And this was something that I didn't do when I would have hard times, when it would be a little harder than others. I'll be feeling a little low, because I'm no saint. There's days like today, I did not want to get out of bed. I did not want to get out of bed. I did not want to come out in nature. I did not want to ground myself. I didn't want to do what I knew it was I needed to do today, because I didn't feel like I had the energy. Then I realized that, one, when you start to do something more, I just seen 1444. When you start to do something more to heal, the more that you do it, it's going to get harder, which is a sign that you need to keep doing it. But also, Hold on, it's loud. All right, we back. So, like I was saying, not only is it a sign that you need to keep doing it, but when it gets harder is when you need to do it the most. Because in that moment, in those moments, those are like, it's like a door is opening. It's like a door is opening, like a portal, but it's up to you to walk through it. The reason I said that is because that's literally the most important time to be doing what it is you need to do, even if it's hard. So yeah, and in those moments you need to continue to be gentle with yourself and, you know, allow yourself to push through it, even if it's hard. Instead of putting yourself down more, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do it, maybe it's okay if I just sit here. Because also another part of that is the masculine energy takes a part in that, because masculine is also about action, accountability, right, leadership. So it's basically using both, using it to do what you got to do, even if it's hard. Now, that's all I have for the feminine right now. If anything else comes up, I'll add it later in the video, but I'm trying to keep this video to at least 30 minutes or under. For the masculine, now to heal, how do you come in union, how do you come in inner union with your divine masculine or your masculine energy? So for me, which is what I am currently continuing to work on, the number one thing that had my masculine wounded, as far as my masculine energy, was feeling like I wasn't attractive enough. This is silly, but it's real. Feeling like I wasn't attractive enough, you know, because of physical changes, like, you know, weight gain, or maybe I'm not as in shape as my masculine is, as far as my divine masculine. This is a big part for me, because I had to heal. This was a part of healing my feminine. A big part of that was, you know, loving myself the way that I am. If you gain weight, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And that was another reason why I didn't record like I'm doing now, because that was something that changed in me often, way up and down, and it became something that I was insecure of. And then it became more so, it became like wounded energy, because I thought my masculine wouldn't accept me, or wouldn't love me, or I wouldn't be, you know, as attractive as they are to me. I felt like I wouldn't be equally attractive to them. You know what I'm saying? Which is wrong. So a big part of healing that masculine is realizing that you are the way that you are for a reason, but you got to accept it and love that part of yourself in its entirety. You know, attractiveness, this vessel, this physical vessel, the way that we present ourselves, that's all that it is. It's just a representation. It's just a avatar. It is not everything. And this is something that I struggle with, not just with my masculine, but with my feminine, but also with my masculine, because even as a feminine, I embody masculine energy as well. And a big part of my masculine energy, something that I've actually carried for years and years, I carried this, was I need to be embody a certain image or physical appearance in order to be attractive, which is not true. We all know that it's not about what's on the outside. It's about what's on the inside. But this is something I began to like bind myself to. If I don't look this way, I'm not attractive, or I'm this. So that was a big thing. No matter what, you are beautiful, you are handsome, right? You are attractive. Feeling that beauty, you got to realize that beauty is all about how you feel within, and it reflects on the outside. So that was a big thing for me. Stop limiting myself to thinking that it had to be like this in order for me to be like this, which in turn made me feel like I wasn't an equal to my divine masculine. Another thing about masculine energy, a big thing, was feeling like I couldn't provide for my divine masculine, which is funny because even as I'm speaking about this could be something my divine masculine is feeling, something that she could be feeling, even if it's not right now, at some point, you know, because you got to remember, a masculine's job is to protect, is to provide. You know, it's all about action, leadership, accountability, you know, stuff like that. So if the masculine feels like they can't do that, it becomes like a block. And so me as a feminine, I also seen something about like sometimes masculines feeling like they are the feminine and feminines feeling like they are the masculine. That happened to me at one point in the journey. I felt like I was the masculine until I started healing and realizing, I started going more within and realizing that I was feminine. But either way, when I first met my twin, something she did was she automatically stepped into that masculine energy. Like, she automatically presented herself to me in that way. How did she do this? By like basically like showering me with gifts, doing so much for me physically that I was not able to do for myself at the time, providing for me. What else? You know, like catering to me. There's something else. Catering to me. I'm trying to recenter myself. My attention get thrown off so easily. Catering to me. Oh, also something that my divine masculine did was the love that I should have been giving myself, the action I should have been taking, she basically was kind of doing for me. For example, at one point in my journey, I was insecure of my body. When I was with my twin physically, I believe she knew this because I would ask her certain questions, or it was just pointed towards it. And what she did was she loved those parts of me more. You know, she would hold those parts of me, kiss those parts of me, show affection, you know, stuff like that. Which was what I needed to be doing for myself. And of course, it's amazing that they do it for you too, but you need to be able to do that for yourself, by yourself. So, yeah, and then the providing part. When I met my twin, I wasn't in a space to provide anything for them other than my authenticity, my love, my time, energy, and things like that. They were. So because I couldn't do that, it made me feel like I wasn't worthy of them. Even though I'm the feminine, I still want to cater to my masculine, treat my masculine. And if there's any other feminines out there, then you know what this is like. It's not all about the masculine. It's about the combination of both energies, both playing a part in the connection, both equally providing, doing, you know, whatever it is. The masculine might provide this, the feminine provides this. You know, it's like literally like two puzzle pieces that go together. What they don't do, you do. And you do that more. What you don't do, they do that more. You know what I'm saying? So, that was a big part of it for me, because in the beginning of, towards the beginning of my journey, my twin flame journey, I quit my job, haven't worked a job since. A big part of this was because I didn't feel, I felt like I deserved more, one, but also it just didn't resonate with who I'm becoming. It didn't feel right to be working for somebody outside of myself that wasn't for my highest good. It didn't, which is why I did that. My masculine, on the other hand, they could be the opposite for them. They feel like they have to work constantly. So because maybe they have things to take care of and people, up and down their back about, you need to do this, you need to do that, which is all just a reflection of whatever it is they're projecting onto them. But even that in the masculine needs to be healed. And for me, it was just like, if I can't do that, what can I do? Something like that. But what that also made me realize was, once again, anything outside of yourself, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't determine these things. It's all an illusion, and there's some part of you have to heal in order to see that the way it really needs to be seen. For example, I don't need money. This is a big part of me felt like I needed money to be in union with my twin. It's so weird, but a big part of me felt like that, which probably makes me think that a big part of them felt like that, right? But I don't, because it's not about that at all. Another thing is stand in the present moment as divine masculine, or in your masculine energy as a feminine, divine feminine. Stand in the present moment is another big key thing to healing wounded masculine energy, because something I find myself doing is going back to the past, like thinking about things in the past and, oh, I should have done this, or I shouldn't have done this. Whatever it is in the past. So that's another big thing, because if you stand in the present moment, then you realize that that's all that matters at this moment, because that's all that really exists at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Everything else will come with due time. But you got to stay grounded in the present moment, where you are in the present moment. Ashe, which is funny because this is something that my divine masculine also spoke about. So, confirmation, because that's real. Staying grounded in the present, realizing that material objects does not determine what you can or can't do, or what you can or can't provide. Another big part of that too is because when you stay in the present moment, how do you know that in the future, somewhere in the future, in the near future, you won't have this, or it won't be like that then? You're already, by doing that and jumping ahead, you're already creating limitations for yourself. The mind is that powerful. You're basically already creating your future by focusing on something you don't have, which is making you not have it in the future. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really big part of healing the masculine, as far as for me. Also, something that I think is really important for both feminine and masculine energies is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for things that you might have done wrong, you might have said wrong, right? Whatever it is. We're not perfect. We never will be perfect. The job is to be whole. It's to become balanced, to become healed. That is the job. That's both parties, feminine and masculine. So those are some pointers as far as how to achieve inner union as divine feminine and divine masculine. Also, I didn't add this, but as masculine energy, take action. Take action. That is a way to heal feminine. This could mean in any way. As a masculine energy, it's important to take action. If it's something you know you need to do, get up and do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. Don't make excuses for yourself, right? This could even show up in a form as romantically. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this or if I should do this because I'm worried about if she or if he is doing da 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 da. I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to bombard. I don't want to mess anything up or anything. You got to lead with your intuition. And this connection, something really important. That's another thing. Feminine. Thank you, Spirit. As a feminine, another way to heal your feminine energy is to follow your intuition. Something I learned is when you follow your intuition completely, it's like going down a road and everything's dark, but the road is the light and it leads you. You don't know where it's leading you, but it's leading you, and it never leads you wrong. You got to follow your intuition, because the more you do that, the more that you will see that it's leading you exactly where you need to be in that present moment. But this is mainly for the feminine, but this is also important for the masculine, because the masculine energy tends to, I feel like the masculine energy tends to like doubt a lot. Like, nah, you know, however that looks. And dang, some snot just fell out my nose. The masculine energy tends to doubt a lot, right? Or it tends to be like the masculine energy can come off as like emotionally nonchalant for whatever reason. But when you follow your intuition, it leads you to exactly whatever it is that you need to be doing or should be feeling. Like what I'm doing right now, recording. This is what it led me to do as I'm reflecting. So, yeah, as far as like for healing inner union for the feminine and the masculine as an individual, these are some really important tips and pointers that I think are very helpful for achieving inner union before you achieve reunion with your twin flame. I don't think there's nothing else coming to me at the time. There's probably going to be another video on this, like a part 2 to this. But even if there's not a part 2 to this, this is going to become its own sequel in general, because this is a big part of my healing journey. It's a really big part. Anybody who has a twin knows that a big part of their healing has to do with their twin, right? So, yeah, those are really important things that hopefully you take and you learn something from it. You use it. Look at this leaf. But other than that, the main point here is the key to reunion with their twin is inner union with self. 3323. That's 11, right? 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I had to make sure. But yeah, which is also a mirrored number, which represents twin flames. So yeah, that's the main goal. Everybody has a twin flame, wonder, how can I this, how can I that? Something I learned today was something that becomes hard when you're healing, at least for me. The more that you focus in on yourself, the more that you are doing what you need to do, the more the universe will align you with them. So the more you do this, the more you'll receive signs. You know, telepathy gets stronger. You receive clairaudience through music, commercials, TV, whatever it is, right? But whatever the connection that you're feeling, it gets stronger because you are, it's like, because that's the part of you, that's like your higher self that is meant to connect with your twin. So it only gets stronger. But something that I realized for me was that when it comes to my masculine, I learned that I have this longing as I'm healing, because my feminine is already healed. It's the masculine that needs a little bit of work. which is because of the things that I previously mentioned. As I'm healing more and more and I'm doing what I need to do, the more that I feel this longing for my twin, which is normal. But I learned that the only reason that happens is because of our inner child. It's our inner child. You know, when, for example, like when you're healing and doing what you need to do, and you receive signs of them, you know, the more that you stepping into your inner power and living in your purpose and healing, you'll receive signs of them through music, through nature, big part nature, dreams. Like you're trying to focus on yourself and do what you're supposed to be doing, yet the universe is still sending you signs like back to back to back. Like it can't stop. Like you can't. It's always there. This is a big part of our inner child, because this is what our inner child wants to. It wants to. It's like a confirmation for our inner child, but it's also our higher selves, our higher selves, basically. Like, how can I say this? Like they already there, so it's just basically like I don't know how to, like a catalyst, if that's the right word. So it makes you want it more in the present moment, right? Because if you aren't in reunion with your twin, in union with your twin, then you're going to crave that more. You know, something that I learned, they say that you can't miss your twin and be grateful for them at the same time. There's a lot of truth to that. Like, I feel like that's like really important, because and think about it, if you miss them, how are you also equally so great for them? Because that's you, like pulling on their energy. It's like, I want you, yeah, I'm grateful for you. But if you're really grateful for them, you let go, you release, you surrender completely. So yeah, something I realized is, as I'm doing this healing work, the more that the universe sends me signs, but that's only because of the inner child. That's like what the inner child wants to receive, wants to feel. So it's just like and then it becomes like a cycle where it's like, there's different cycles, but it becomes a cycle where it's like, I miss you and I love you so much, I'm always here for you. And basically these things remind it, like the reminders and these signs make you fall back into like the clinginess of your twin, you and your twin, instead of just kind of, it's like meditating. It's like you watching traffic, you observing it, but you're not absorbing it, because your twin flame's always gonna be there. You're always gonna feel their energy, right? But as you growing and healing, your job is to not like give into it, right? It can kind of feel like a game, like a cat and mouse game with the universe, but it's really important that you stay focused, right? Because once you start focusing on them, they feel that. And you know, the more that you focus on them, the more that they can feel that. It basically makes them run away more or chase more, you know, whatever your position is, feminine, masculine. Which is why when true inner union comes, you won't crave that anymore. Yes, you'll still feel their energy. You're still gonna love them, but you no longer, those things don't like repeat in your head and your subconscious mind and things like that. So it stops, because that's when you have truly attained inner peace, wholeness within self without them, right? So that was another crucial point I need to add, because that's something that I deal with. You got to heal the masculine, especially, like I said, in my position, being the feminine. That's something that, you know, it's like the masculine energy. You feeling it, and it's like taking over, and that's what you want. But you only want that so bad because you have to heal your masculine, right? whatever it is that makes you feel like you want that, makes you, oh, I miss them and I want this and like that. You gotta heal that. You gotta heal that. Because you won't crave it so bad once you heal it. I just seen 4004. So, that's pretty much it. This video is a little bit longer than I expected. But, I trust that this helps somebody out there, even if you're not on a twin flame journey. In general, these are very helpful tips. So, yeah, this gonna be a sequel, its own little thing though. I love everybody watching this, and I am so infinitely grateful for you supporting me and tapping into my informational videos, my healing journey, coming along with me. I'm grateful for you. I love you. And as I continue to rise, so do you. So let's keep this shit up. Y'all see me again real soon. Out on this little nature walk. Alright, reflections. I love y'all. Peace.